Welcome back to another episode of Mad Mechanics, working on the ESCORT RS Turbo. So in the last episode we got all the subframe, engine and everything out and sat on a frame. We're basically going to strip that engine today, strip the gearbox off, turbo off, all the subframe and everything's going to go away for powder coating. I'm going to get the engine on the stand so we can go through the leaks. We've got drive shaft seals, crank seals. We're going to do the rocker cover seal, sump seal, give it all a bit of a tidy up and a bit of a paint up, get it looking nice. As I said, all the subframe and everything, that's going away for powder coating. We're then going to polybush all of that, get it all fitted and get it ready for summer. The engine was sat on a frame. We tried to get some more footage last week and my camera memory was full, so basically we've got no footage of the engine coming off that frame and being stripped. But I will go through now, show you where we're up to with all the bits, and then we'll carry on with it a bit. So we currently have all the running gear off the car. That's going to all be gone through, and we're going to be taking a lot of it for powder coating. We've also removed the clutch and flywheel from the engine. We are going to be putting a new clutch on because we do have a little bit of a clutch rattle and we're a bit noisy at speed. Drive shafts are also going to be rebuilt with new CV joints. As I say, all of this, the majority of these bits are going to be either renewed or sent away for powder coating or painted. The engine itself is off and on the frame. With this, we're looking at just cleaning it up. We're going to go through everything on it. We've got a couple of leaks. So rocker cover, that's going to be powder coated. We're going to replace the fixings, the gasket on that. We're also going to replace inlet and exhaust gaskets. We're going to do cam belt and water pump because I'm not sure when that was last done. I don't know if it's ever been done. So we'll replace that as well as the alternator belt. We said previously about we've got a couple of small leaks in the sump, and I'm also going to replace both crank seals while it's off and just give it a general tidy up. I've also noticed some play in the turbo, so I'm going to rebuild the turbo as well whilst it's all out. Gearbox wise, same again, we're just going to clean her up. We're also going to replace both drive shaft seals because they was leaking. On the actual car itself, there's not much needed. We're literally just going to clean up all the engine bay, just get rid of all the crud and crap that's gathered in there over the years, get it looking nice and tidy. So first job is we're going to blank off any holes that are open on the engine. We're going to get it outside and we're going to give it a proper steam wash. Let's get rid of all the crap off it before we start stripping it down. That's the engine now, steam cleaned, blown off, a bit of compressed air. It looks a bit nicer now already. Plan with that is we're going to strip as much as we can off. Then we'll get the engine off the stand just while we replace the crank seal on the flywheel side, because we can't get it on the frame with the flywheel on and everything. So get it back to this stage with the new crank sealing, then we'll start building everything up. We are going to go through, replace a load of bits, sandblast, powder coat and all the brackets and stuff like that, give that a full once over. But the first job on the gearbox, which I've also cleaned up, is to do the two seals. So we've got our replacements for them, so we'll get them popped out and replaced. So we're just going to try it with our heel bar first, try and get that behind. One side out. Just give it a bit of a clean up. Put a little bit of oil onto the new seal. It's the light smear just to help it slide in a bit easier. Well, the bottom just sat in first. Just get a socket, same size. That's one seal done. So that's both our drive shaft seals now. That's pretty much all we're going to do to the gearbox, other than put fresh oil in and obviously a new clutch. So that can now be put to one side and we can get on with the engine. So engine wise, just going to start removing parts bit by bit. are Jubilee clips. We're just going to leave in place for now, but all them are going to be replaced. So one of the things that we did have with the car was we had cold start issues. So you've got two devices for that, which is your auxiliary air device, and also you've got a fifth injector. We're not sure which one it lies with. We did test the power to the fifth injector before we stripped it. We haven't actually tested the injector itself, so we will do that. I believe the injector is working and the fault lies with this. Well, that again is something else we'll go through as we're building it back up. Our inlet manifold. Checking for any leaks on this, because another issue we had was and it was an intermittent boost problem. Basically when coming off boost, the car was trying to come out, it sometimes hesitated under boost. So again, we're just looking for anything we can see that would indicate a problem with that. So another thing we've done is we replaced all 4 injectors, put all brand new injectors in so we know they're good, so they will be reused. Another thing we've found now is this gasket on the inlet manifold has been stuck on with a load of silicone, possibly not sealing correctly. Can't see no blow holes on it, but that's something we'll obviously be replacing. We'll go now for removing the exhaust manifold. And then we'll go for taking our alternator off. All them brackets are going to come off as well, and they're going to go away for powder coating. That's all our alternator brackets. Same again with the engine mount, which is going to be going away. So that's now majority of the engine stripped. We've just left the cam belt on for now. We're going to get it to TDC in a minute. But obviously when I take the rocker cover off, I'm just going to go through and check everything under there. And then all that will come off. Sump's coming off, that's being renewed. We was going to get it sandblasted, but unless you get every tiny little bit of sand out of that, which you're not going to do, there's always going to be some residue left there. So for the sake of 50 quid, we're just going to go ahead and replace the sump. So we'll get that rocker cover off, we'll have a look under there. So we've now got engine start top dead centre. Just going to go ahead now, pull that rocker cover off. So we've got the engine now, top dead centre, last few bits to come off. So we're going to remove the oil filter. The oil filter. The oil cooler. Oil cooler. We have our oil pressure switch. Which I think I'm going to leave it on. Just take the hose off. That's all coming out together. Dipstick. So everything's coming off this side. I've ordered a new water pump, new tensioner pulley, new cam belt. I'm going to take it all off anyway, clean it. We're going to get to this rear crank seal. Just crack them whilst the belt is still on. You want your timing marks that are here and here, so you've got a dot on the head for this one. This is just 12 o'clock. And if we get into our So for this it is a bit tight, so what I'm going to do is going to put the bolt back in just to stop this damaging the thread. Put our 3-wheel puller on. Cam pulley. Tensioner. So then again, just to pop this pulley off. So there's our front crank seal in its housing. So we've just been on ourselves some new parts for the engine. So we've got a timing belt kit, water pump, thermostat. We've ordered a new sump because this one's a bit worse for wear. I don't think we'll ever get it to seal fully, so just ordered a brand new sump. I've got new HT leads, new HT cover and rotary arm. So we've ordered a load of bits. I'm also waiting for them to come. We're going to go ahead and tidy the engine up a little bit, just clean it all up, replace the 2 crank seals and the gaskets behind, because we have found that one gasket was missing. The other side looks like it's been stuck on with silicone, so we're going to take that off. New gasket, new crank seal. We've also been and bought some high temp engine enamel. So we're going to change the engine now. It's currently blue, should be black, so we're going to put it back black with some high temp engine enamel. Then I have some stripdown silver, that's going to be for the rocker cover. So we'll get all that prepped, sanded down, primed, stripdown silver and some acrylic lacquer. So get that all tidied up. And then once the parts come, then all the gaskets can be changed. We can start putting all the parts back on. So we'll get started with the block itself. So once we've stripped it down, we'll give you a little look at it. So we've stripped it down to this level. We've got this to remove, which is the crank seal cover. So we'll remove that. As you can see, there's some silicone in there. So someone's had a go at sealing that in the past. So we'll remove all that, put a proper gasket on, new seal, same on the other side. Paint the block, and we're going to give all the head a good clean up. So that's another episode complete. We've now got the engine stripped down. Next episode we're going to be cleaning all the block and the head up, as well as painting that block. We're going to paint the rocker cover. By then we should hopefully have quite a few bits with us as well, so we'll be able to start rebuilding a couple of the items, cleaning stuff up, bolting it back to the engine. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the content, and keep them likes and subscribes coming, and we'll see you again soon.